That Terminator is out there.
Kyle Reese is not the real hero of the Terminator, okay? Hate to break it to you, here's why. In the Terminator, it's established that the T-800 was sent back in time to 1984 Los Angeles to kill Sarah Connor. Now, the time travel is all well and good. That makes sense, it totally works, nothing confusing about it whatsoever. But what the movie does not explain, and also James Cameron, okay, little culpability there, is how the Terminator was able to circumnavigate southern Los Angeles so effectively, despite the fact that the locations he visits are nowhere near each other and the city is notoriously known for its horrendous traffic. So the T-800 shows up in LA at 1:52 a.m. He must have been somewhere near the Griffith Observatory, because we see him walk nude over to the Griffith Observatory. He walks over, he kills the Griffith Observatory gang, he takes one of their clothes, and then he walks slowly at a pace of around, he looks like 1 mile per hour, all night to the San Fernando Valley, a distance of about 20 miles, which would take him anywhere between 7 to 9 hours. I looked it up on Google Maps, don't believe me, type that in. So he kills the guy who sold him the shotgun, finds a phone book, looks for Sarah Connor in the phone book. None of these addresses are real, okay? It's a fake movie phone book, but it's established later by a news person in the universe of the movie that the first Sarah Connor lived in Santa Monica.
2 hours ago, 35-year-old Sarah Ann Connor was pronounced dead at the scene in her Santa Monica apartment.
So now the T-800 has to drive all the way from the San Fernando Valley to Santa Monica during rush hour. And since it's established in Terminator Genesis that the T-850, despite being a more advanced model of Terminator, apparently doesn't factor in traffic when trying to rendezvous with the main characters.
Where the hell were you? Stuck in traffic.
I'm assuming that the T-800, which is an even older, dumber model, took the 405, which is the worst thing you could do at that time of day. He's driving alone, so he can't use the carpool lane. Ask any Uber driver, and they'll tell you that you have a better shot of taking Beverly Glen Boulevard through the canyon. So then he kills the first Sarah Connor, moves on to the second one, which according to the police later in the movie lives where? You guessed it, the San Fernando Valley.
Dead girl, too. Sent over from the Valley Division this afternoon.
So you're telling me that the T-800 would have had to turn around and drive all the way back to the Valley on the 405 to kill her, hitting end of the workday traffic, making it even worse? Even these Google and Tesla cars learn from their navigational mistakes, but I guess the T-800 has the equivalent of a 2006 Garmin GPS system in its dumb head. So then the real Sarah Connor, according to the surroundings in this scene, lives somewhere in Westlake. So he has to drive all the way back over the hill, then to a bar in downtown LA. There's a chase scene. He spends the night in a motel, finds the address of Sarah Connor's mom, which is a cabin in Big Bear, which is a 2.5 hour drive west. Makes that drive, kills Sarah's mother, impersonates her on the phone, and finds out that the real Sarah is somewhere in Huntington Park. So he has to turn the around and make the 2.5 hour drive back on a motorcycle, which is, hey, actually the first smart navigational decision the T-800 makes, because lane splitting is legal in Los Angeles. He finds them in Huntington Park. There's a chase scene to a factory, presumably somewhere in City of Industry, where he finally dies. Hope they got the Garmin warranty. Even if you can convince me that it's perhaps marginally possible that the T-800 was able to traverse this distance despite mostly traveling during high traffic periods of the day, all of this still ultimately proves that the Terminator could have had the jump on the real Sarah Connor had he even the most rudimentary knowledge of navigating southern Los Angeles, which also proves that the real hero of this movie isn't Kyle Reese, it was the city of Los Angeles and its pervasive and as yet unresolved traffic issues. Thank me in the comments, bye.
What we encourage people to do is make sure that they prepare for traffic and they manage it.